The next topic which we are going to discuss is glyoxylate cycle. Glyoxylate cycle is also known as glyoxylate bypass or glyoxylate shunt. I will explain why it is called as shunt when we see the actual cycle in the next slide. It is a modification of TCA cycle. So what is the key feature of this particular pathway? So it uses two different enzymatic reactions which are responsible for bypassing the three steps of TCA cycle. So it is a two-step bypass. The key enzymes which are present in this pathway are isocitrate lyase and malate synthase. This particular pathway is seen in bacteria like E. coli, marine heterotrophs such as Alteromonas or Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Archaeobacterium halopharax volcani, acetate oxidizers, lipid degraders, and bacteria when they are degrading fatty acids, alcohols, or esters, they show this particular pathway. So glyoxylate cycle is particularly seen in case of bacteria which are growing on either acetic acid as substrate or when they are degrading lipids or metabolites which are derivatives of lipids such as fatty acids, alcohols or esters. So such bacteria will start expressing these two enzymes and will now modify TCA cycle, and this new cycle is known as glyoxylate cycle because glyoxylate is the metabolite which is produced by the action of first enzyme of this modified pathway, that is isocitrate lyase. Now let us see the details of the pathway. So this is a modification of TCA cycle as I have already told. If the organism is growing on acetic acid, when acetic acid is used as starting material, many bacteria convert acetic acid to acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A will then be converted to citrate. Normal citrate synthase reaction of TCA cycle will take place. Two steps which are catalyzed by aconitase enzyme convert citrate to isocitrate. Now this is the structure of isocitric acid. We have seen that it is a 6-carbon compound. Now the pathway differs. It is acted upon by isocitrate lyase. So the three reactions of TCA cycle, isocitrate dehydrogenase reaction, alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase reaction, and succinyl-CoA synthetase reaction, they are not taking place in this particular pathway. Instead, isocitric acid is acted upon by the enzyme isocitrate lyase. This enzyme cleaves isocitric acid into a 2-carbon compound, glyoxylate and succinate. Glyoxylate will then interact with a 2-carbon derivative acetyl coenzyme A. So one more molecule of acetyl CoA can react here. So these two carbons of glyoxylate, coenzyme A will be released, and glyoxylate plus acetyl coenzyme A will produce 4-carbon compound malate. Malate can be then converted to oxaloacetate. Succinate, which is produced due to action of isocitrate lyase enzyme on isocitric acid, is then acted upon by succinate dehydrogenase. It can be converted to fumarate, which can be further converted to malate, and this is how it will continue with the remaining reactions of TCA cycle. So let us see the details of the two reactions, that is isocitric acid acted upon by isocitrate lyase and the malate synthase reaction. So first, this pathway will start with citrate synthase. Oxaloacetate plus acetyl coenzyme A will give citrate plus coenzyme A. The next reaction is aconitase reaction. So in two steps, citrate will be first converted to cis aconitate, removal of water molecule here. Again, addition of water molecule across the double bond as discussed in the previous lecture. So this carbon receives H and this carbon receives OH. So isocitrate is synthesized. Isocitrate lyase acts on isocitrate. This results into cleaving this bond here to give you a 4 carbon derivative succinate and a 2 carbon derivative glyoxylate. So this CC bond is cleaved here. This gives you glyoxylate and succinate. So glyoxylate has CHO aldehyde group and COOH group. Succinate structure we have seen previously. Malate synthase uses glyoxylate as the starting material. One more molecule of acetyl coenzyme A will react. Coenzyme A will be released in this reaction. So glyoxylate plus acetyl coenzyme A gives malate. Malate, thus synthesized, can enter TCA cycle. So let us see what is the fate of succinate and malate. This is a malate synthase enzyme. It is a different enzyme as compared to the malic enzyme or malate dehydrogenase enzyme. It is a different enzyme. It synthesizes malate. Malate dehydrogenase can also synthesize malate by reversal of TCA cycle reaction from oxaloacetate. This enzyme synthesizes malate by combining 2 carbon glyoxylate with other 2 carbon compound acetyl coenzyme A. Now, succinate that is produced by the action of isocitrate lyase can be acted upon by succinate dehydrogenase. We have seen this reaction in TCA cycle. The enzyme has FAD as the prosthetic group. Fumarate will be produced. Double bond is introduced between these carbons. Fumarase adds water molecule across the double bond to give malate. Malate that is produced by the action of malate synthase as well as by the action of fumarase enzyme can be then acted upon by the TCA cycle enzyme malate dehydrogenase, which will use NAD plus as the cofactor. So NAD plus is converted to NADH plus H plus, oxaloacetate is generated. So we started with oxaloacetate and acetyl coenzyme A, and oxaloacetate is generated back. The reference for this particular pathway is Garrett and Grisham. So Biochemistry by Garrett and Grisham. The book describes this pathway well. It is also discussed in Nelson and Cox's Leninger and briefly in Conant Stump.